everyone thinks they've got a great story to tell, but unless people can find you easily, you don't exist today.
I would say one thing that I've seen in the industry when it comes to that stuff is having the long-term mindset. Marketing is a long game.
I think that marketers today aren't upholding their end of the bargain and of the value proposition with consumers. And by that, I mean specifically within our vertical of streaming video, there's been a very clear exchange of value in that consumers are willing to see advertising and dedicate, therefore, some of their time, whether it be before and during episodes of shows or before and during online video or in the breaks of content that they're reading or playing games on their phone. The understanding and the value proposition there is that consumers get this content at free or reduced price, and we as marketers then get a portion of their attention with which to serve them a message or an advertisement. And I think that marketers today are overlooking the responsibility that we have to provide consumers a quality and a relevant and a thoughtful ad experience.
I think if we've learned anything these last 2+ years, it's that if you don't exist online, you don't exist anymore. So really make sure your online profiles are correct, that they're optimized for voice and text and images, and that you're consistent across all the different social media platforms. You have to figure out what it is that you're unique, special, and different. What makes people think about you, need you, want to buy your product and service, and get that story out there consistently across all touch points, online and offline.
A lot of times they forget to speak in the voice of the prospective client. They speak in their own voice, or they speak in the voice of the person who hired them that is not necessarily the prospective client. And that's a big mistake.
It's not something where, you're going to flip on your Facebook ads and money's going to fly out of the sky. It's definitely a long game, and you want to build your business that way and have the foresight to do the things day to day, like creating the content, staying in front of people and engaging with your audience. That really pays off in the long term.
One of the things I think people overlook is the amount of strategy that goes in before you even press record. And that's why it's so important to work with a local agency, because a local agency can give you those best practices and really guide and shift you, whether that's writing the whole script for you or giving you that right direction or putting you in front of the right lighting, things that you really don't want to spend time discovering the hard way. It's much more streamlined just to work with a team that understands your needs and is willing to help you show it to the world.
So I think in the streaming world, we as consumers have all experienced the frustration of seeing the same ad on the same app back to back to back. We've all experienced seeing an ad that is completely distasteful and irrelevant to our personal needs, affinities, interests, or likely behaviors. And I think that needs to change. Consumers have done everything they can in the last several years to run from advertising. If we think about subscription-based streaming platforms like Netflix and Disney Plus, and streaming audio platforms like Pandora and Spotify, and even paywall news sources, we can see that consumers have really opted with their wallets to demonstrate that they would rather pay kind of a lot of money every month to not be exposed to advertising. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that we as marketers have disregarded, forgotten about, or forsaken the responsibility that we have to respect our audiences and our users' time, and to ensure that if we are going to be serving them advertising and messages, that we do so in a thoughtful way. And by that, I mean specifically managing frequency, utilizing data to ensure that the message that we're serving to a particular household is relevant.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.